Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here to try and explain VIP. I know that some shows have already started. We're like low-key kind of halfway through the tour, but I wanted to do this video specifically for the BMO because um, I've been to BMO and I've had VIP there. So I kind of wanted to explain the process and what you should look out for when you're actually there. So first things first, we're gonna go through all of the stuff that Hype has sent out to other VIP holders. So the one I'm looking at is Rosemont. I don't see it being any different for BMO, so we're just gonna go through the information first. So check-in time. So usually when you're VIP, you want to get there a lot earlier than anybody else in the arena or the stadium because there are some benefits that you get that other people don't. So that is why check-in time is from 1:30 to 6 p.m. So if you get there earlier, then you can just check in. They'll give you your VIP stuff, and then you don't really have to stick around, at least until the time that sound check starts. So you can just go, you can go eat, you can go explore, you can do all of that, and then come back. But if you get there later, then the chances of the line being a lot longer is higher. So when I went to VIP for ATs, our check-in time was a lot earlier, so it can change for LA because there are more seats, so the check-in time might be earlier. If I can remember correctly, for ATs it was at 11:30 until I think it was 4 or 3. So it might change, but you definitely want to get there between that time. The later you are to it, the more of a risk it is that you miss sound check. Unless you don't care about sound check, then it's kind of fine. But if you're not there before the time, so 6 p.m. in this case, then you will not get your VIP stuff that day. So yeah, try to get there pretty early. You also have to consider that there's waiting times. So you might get there at 1:30, but the line might already be super long. So it might take you another 30 minutes to actually get to the front and get your stuff. So by that time, it'll be 2 p.m., 2:30 p.m., and so on. So try to get there with enough time to wait to get to the front. That being said, there's different lines. So for VIP check-in, there will be a different line than like general. So you want to look for the VIP line. Sometimes at these concerts, it's really hard to see what lines are for what, especially when there's merch involved and there's just lines everywhere. So my best advice is to just literally ask other people. That's what we had to do. We have to be like, hey, is this the line for this? And then they'll be like, yes or no, etc. That's really the only way to do it because there are security guards and people there, but they're not really there um to tell you where to go. They're just kind of there to protect everybody. They don't always know all the information. So sometimes it's best just to ask other people there, other army, and they'll help you out. But yeah, so there'll be a specific check-in time, and you want to get there at a good time, like I said. Um, so when you are already at the front and you're ready to check in, you have to bring an ID that matches the credit card purchaser of the original order. So, like I explained in my other videos, if you are the one purchasing the VIP, the credit card is matching with you with your name, then you're fine. But if your parent bought you your VIP ticket and their credit card is associated with the VIP benefits, then they either have to be there or you have to bring a copy of their ID. Same thing if it's your friend who bought it, then they have to present their ID in order for you to be able to check in. And then for people who bought it resale, I would either try to get their ID or maybe, I'm not sure, you might still be able to get your benefits, but you would might have to talk to the people at the front when you're actually checking in because some places I feel like a lot more strict than others when you're checking in. I remember, I think it was for Yungi that I had a VIP. I didn't have to present a photo ID. I just told them like it was, I don't have one. They didn't even ask for it, I think. So I didn't need it, but it might just be the venue because for Yungi, it was at Kia Forum and this is a stadium. So it might be different. They might be more strict. So I really suggest you have the photo ID and not risk it. And it also says that it can be a photo in your phone, so if you don't have to actually print it out physically, you can just show them on your phone. Here's the ID of the person that purchased these tickets that I have, and they should be able to give it to you, and that shouldn't be a problem. If you guys have any questions on that, let me know. I will try to look up the information because I feel like I have heard on Twitter that you might not need a photo ID if you bought it resale, because I think they know that people are reselling these tickets and VIP stuff. So you might not need it. Okay, next, when you get the email for all this information, you have to sign a waiver. So make sure you sign the waiver there. And then, okay, so reading through the email, your VIP items that you get for being VIP can only be received at the actual venue. They will not mail it to you. So make sure that you check in and you're able to get your stuff. Okay, and some more timings. If you want to get merch, there will be VIP only lines. However, just because they are exclusive lines doesn't mean things are not going to sell out. I've heard a lot that they actually really do sell out pretty quickly, so you just have to make sure that you're there early too. In this particular email, it says 4 p.m. to 5:15 p.m. So that would be right before sound check. You can stand in line and try to get your merch. And then sound check should start at 6 p.m. So you definitely want to be already checked in and everything by 6 p.m. And public doors will open at 6:30. So sound check is honestly like 15 minutes, maybe like 10. He does maybe one or two songs and then that's pretty much it. And then you guys are free to move around, get food, use the restroom, whatever it is, and the actual show will start at 8 p.m. But will there will be a lot more commotion because people are going to be coming inside the venue from the outside. So it won't just be VIP, it'll be everybody. So I would suggest right after the sound check is done that if you're going to get merch, you do it right before everybody else comes in because they're also going to want to get merch. Oh, okay, so there's in the email says if you arrive after 5:15, you will miss early entry, pre-door merch shopping, and sound check. And if you arrive around after 6 p.m., you will miss VIP check-in, merch pickup, and send-off instruction. So if you have send-off, you won't know what's going on, I guess. For sound check and send off, the people there, the high workers, the people working at BMO or whatever show it is, they will escort you and let you know when sound check is about to start. And similarly, afterwards, when send off happens, they will also be escorting you where it is that you need to go. Send off, I am not that sure about because it is in a stadium, so there might be different ways that they're going to do it. I've heard they randomly pick rows and let them go. It might be like that. It's probably going to be like that, so it's really just about luck. And during sound check, it says no personal cameras or cell phones, so there will be no recording permitted. However, it just really depends. I really don't know if they're gonna keep to this because for Yoongi and for ATs who I went to go see at BMO, they didn't care. They let us record during sound check. So it might be the case that they just let you record or they might be more strict on it. It just depends because before they used to be really strict about it. They were like, do not record a sound check. but now they're a lot more lenient about it. And I've seen people record for sound check for the other shows, so it might just be the case that they're saying that, but they won't actually enforce it. Sorry, one more thing about the waiver. Make sure you guys sign it because I think they're keeping a record of it. So if you haven't signed it when you're checking in, they'll know and they'll just make you sign it there. And sometimes reception's not the best at BMO because there are just so many people around. Even though it's like right in the city, I would just suggest doing it early as soon as you get the email. And if you don't have it in your email, check your spam, your trash, etc., and make sure you sign that thing so that you won't have any issues once you're actually in the front of the line. Okay, the last thing I want to talk about is that for all of these shows, there has only been one stage. So he's only had one main stage, and the stage rises and he does other things. But for BMO in LA, he's gonna have two stages. So he's gonna have the main stage, which is in the back, and then he's gonna have another stage forward. So depending on where you are, um the views might not be as great. So if you're towards the second stage, looking at the main stage is going to be a lot harder because there's a lot of rows in between you guys. And while it is raised, I can almost guarantee everybody's going to be standing, especially in VIP. So it will be hard to see. So just keep that in mind if you still haven't gotten VIP and you're thinking about it, or if you want to update your seat, etc. It just really depends on what you're looking for. Like for me, for example, I always pick seats around the second floor, second floor, second stage. So the extended stage. I just personally like that view. I think a lot of cool stages and performances happen in the second stage, and I don't mind as much not being able to see the main stage. But I just did want to note that because we don't know at this moment what performances, what songs he's going to be doing in the second extended stage versus the main stage. So, yeah, so I right now don't know if like which one is better because we don't know. We have no prior knowledge of how he's going to do things. And so that scares me a little bit because I obviously want to see some of my favorite songs up close, but he might do them in the main stage, which means I'm just going to have to look at the just big screens on the side versus seeing it up close. Obviously, you can still see, but it just won't be like super close like the videos you've seen. So yes, so I am excited. I'm going on Friday, so everything's gonna be new to me, and then I'm going again on Sunday, and then that's when I'll kind of know what's going on. But yeah, so just keep that in mind. I think any seat at BMO is a really good seat. I've had seats all the way at the top, seats all the way in the front, and all seats are really good. If you really want to see where you're going to be at, I recommend A View from My Seat, which is a website where you can look up specific venues and then you can see based on other fans' experiences where your seat is going to be, your view. And so that one's a good place to kind of check and trying to see like where you're going to be at, what's the view like. But yes. And last thing is that there's still some seats available on the Ticketmaster website that Hype has been releasing as the day gets closer. So if you haven't gotten your ticket or if you're thinking of updating your ticket to floor or just closer, I would definitely check Ticketmaster right now. And as we get closer to the day, I think a lot more tickets are going to be released. So yeah, that's everything for me. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. And yeah, I'll see you guys all at Hobie next week. Bye.